This old guy DIY video has to do with misdiagnosing a problem on this 1989 Kubota L2550. I've owned this tractor for about 20 years, and I've used it more in the last year than I had in the previous 19. So the other day when I hopped on the tractor and I went to start it, I heard click, click, click. So I grabbed my trusty crescent wrench and I whacked the starter. The starter engaged and the tractor started. So I jumped to the conclusion that the starter was bad. And it's always fun to replace stuff that looks like it's 100 years old. So I put a new starter on this machine. I then started it. It started right up, no problem. I thought, great, I'm the smartest guy around. Then the next day I came out to start it. I heard click, click, click. I whacked the new starter with a crescent wrench and the thing took off. So initially I thought the old starter just didn't have enough power to engage. But when this one had the exact same issue, I went to the multimeter, and that's where I should have started. So with the multimeter, I put the red to the positive, and I put the black to the ground on the other side, and I got 12.6 volts. Then I came over here, and I put the red to this red wire coming off the alternator, and I just put the black one to the ground here, and I got 12.6 volts. So then I started the tractor, and when it should have run up to about 14.3 with the alternator running, I still had only 12.6 volts. So that told me that the alternator is not charging the battery. So then I looked over here, and you can see there's this little fuse holder that had a wire on it once upon a time. This thing was tucked down in here at the time. That was down kind of like that. So anyway, when I looked in here and I see a fuse holder that has a wire on one end and nothing on the other end, I thought, damn, that can't be too good. So I went online, read about what this is, I followed the line back, and this is actually a fusible link. So I need to have a wire that's going from right here, and there's a 25 amp fuse in here, but a wire needs to go from here to the positive on the battery. And I believe when I replace this, that the charging system will then work, because it knows that it's supposed to be sending voltage to the battery at that point. So now I'm going to go grab another fuse holder, wire it in, and see if that solves the problem. Now this is what I found when I removed the electrical tape from the end of the cable. So I'm going to take this piece of wire and attach it here, tape it up again, put her back together, and see if that fixes the problem. So now, with the negative held to the alternator bracket here and the positive over there on the battery, you can see it's reading 12.7 volts. So I'll go ahead and start the tractor up, and we'll see with the alternator running if I get a higher voltage reading. And if you look in here, you can see where I soldered the wire on here, and then I electrical taped it. There's my fuse hanging there. Then I used a couple of zip ties to hold it out of the way of the belt for the alternator. I will start it up and see what we get. So it seems the issue I had here was actually this failed fusible link wire, and I don't know if it just fell apart over 30 years or if I hit it with something, but either way, now I get more voltage with the alternator running and the RPMs up than I had before. So it seems like the alternator now has the opportunity to charge. So I still have the old starter. This one looks beautiful in there, so maybe I'll leave the starter in there. I was thinking about replacing the alternator, because when I looked at this thing, it looks like it's old as time. But sometimes a simple solution is the right solution, and it's much more fun for me to replace parts than it is to screw around with a multimeter. But in this case, the multimeter and a little bit of visual examination told me the story. So I hope this video helped you, and if so, please subscribe and have a great day.